It's a plot to drop the IQ. Fighting amongst each other over rulers that don't like you. Prefer us trapped in melancholy with the wood ones of holly. Suggestions that obliterate to camouflage the folly. Attempted mental robbery, executed sloppily. Hypocrisy, this mockery, and walk the talk with me. Put the hands up to touch the Akasha. Cause you know deep down there's something bigger than your wallet.
Sweet eternal balance of all that is good, true, and beautiful, friends. Welcome to Middle Path this Thursday, this beautiful, beautiful Thursday. It was a really, really nice sunset tonight. It was a fantastic meditation. If you don't know, I'm doing meditations twice a week. You can join in by buying a membership for the month on rogueways.org. I'll show you in a second. They're on Tuesdays and Thursdays, just a little bit before the show starts, 5 p.m. Mountain, but there are plenty of people who are in there with us and who don't show up live and who just catch the replay because you have access to the recording for 3 days. And that's a long time. So you just meditate whenever you feel like it. And today's was powerful because it's 11/11. It's 11/11, which is a fun, beautiful day. It's a fun, beautiful day that comes with fun, beautiful intentions. Above and beyond Veterans Day. Cool to honor people. Nice job. Let's do it. But also, 11/11 carries now, much more so since maybe 2012 or so, the connotation and the maybe even denotation that this is a special spiritual day in which we all can join together above and beyond our physical selves on the spiritual level, and we can intend for upliftment, peace, and wholeness on earth. And so, so that's rad no matter what you're doing. That's affecting you because everyone's intending for it to be an upliftment and a good thing. I love that about this day. And then what was really cool is I always just get the sort of like download for what the meditation's going to be. And I don't, I mean, like if you asked me to just like design my own based on things, it'd be cool. But these are way cooler because they just come fully formed with all of this symbolism and rich layers and stuff. And I mean, that's just a really nice bonus for all of us that we get this access to something coming straight from source like that. And it was really beautiful, and it really tied in beautifully with the themes of the day. So I'll stop going on about it because if you weren't there, I don't want to make you super jealous. Although if you wanted to, you could buy the meditation package right now and you would get that link for another 3 days. So hey, maybe you want to go try it out. It was good. It was beautiful. And then at the same time, I have started and am on day 2 of the Master Cleanse, which I was supposed to start a long time ago. Legs is in the chat right now, or Buffalo, or both, and they will know that I was talking about them. I was talking about starting this with them a while ago, and I'm just now starting. I'm just finally on day 2. I led in for that entire time. That was like 2 weeks of lead in. You're supposed to lead in for like 2 or 3 days, and I did it for like 2 weeks. So my lead-in wasn't perfect, I'll say that. And if you're not sure, the Master Cleanse is this cleanse you can do. It's super fantastic for just a reset. You can get rid of all of the toxins in your body. Your liver gets to dump a bunch of shit out. Your intestines get to get rid of a bunch of plaque and just old, literally shit that just sits in there. Is nasty. So your whole system gets this like really nice flush because you're just really opening up and allowing more time for your body to do this by not needing to digest all the time. Digestion actually takes a shitload of energy from your body. So shorter eating windows are nice anyways, but the Master Cleanse is like, however long you do it, that whole time you're not really digesting, not properly, because you're just drinking a really specific amount of maple syrup, lemon juice, and cayenne mixed in water, purified water. And so your body doesn't have to work at all for that. It just instantly absorbs all those nutrients, all that, fat, sugar, whatever. And then all that other stuff is in there excoriating your intestines and like in a very gentle way, removing all this stuff. And so now your body can just let go of so much old stuff that it was meaning to let go of for who knows how long. And we just keep shoving like hamburgers and cheeseburgers and nachos on top of it, like taking all this energy to digest it and not letting it heal anything. And it's just a mess. And so, so I don't know really where I was going. Oh, the lead-in is you're supposed to basically be vegan for the lead-in because it's just a nice way to get started releasing some things. You know, you're not going to eat a bunch of cheese and meat during it and that are harder to digest, no matter what your food preferences or allergies are. And then you also get some nice movement through. There's a lot of fiber and you're being really hydrated. And so it's a good way to get ready to go into this, because it is a bit of a shock for your system, not because you're ever hungry. You're never hungry. Maple syrup has a shitload of calories, and you can definitely get like a 3,000 calorie diet, even if you want, just on these drinks that you have. It's not meant to be necessarily for weight loss. You do get as many calories as you want. You're supposed to drink a lemonade drink, is what they're called, every time you are hungry, or a double or a triple, and just get satiated. You know, you're not supposed to starve yourself. So you have all the energy you need, but the shock comes in all the detoxing. It's actually rough. It's actually rough to get rid of all the toxins you're holding on to. As they go through and are released, you have some symptoms. You have some cravings, and you have some wooziness sometimes. You have some headache. You have all kinds of things, honestly. People get all kinds of symptoms when they're cleansing. So day 2 is often pretty rough. This morning was really rough, but I'm now pretty good. I'm pretty good. Human Experience in the YouTube chat is asking what's the exact recipe. I will tell you, and I will also say to always check your source and go find out from the actual documents. But what we are doing and have always done is 8 ounces of water, purified water, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. It's a very specific kind of maple syrup. It's the darkest, richest kind, whatever that is now. I think it's A. I think it's grade A, and it's organic. And 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon. And I mean, you just squeezed it right as you're making the drink. So don't squeeze a bunch in the morning and then use it all. Like, you want to squeeze it right then. And then 1/10 of a teaspoon of cayenne. Cayenne? Yeah, cayenne pepper. And you drink that. So it's a little bit spicy. It's very sweet. It's very delicious, actually. It's the first time I did this, I was like, what? I gotta cleanse and like drink this delicious thing? Because the first cleanse I ever did, which was like 20 years ago. It was 15 years ago, actually. It was 15 years ago. The first cleanse I ever did intentionally was gross. It was not good stuff. It was like bentonite clay mixed with like aloe and like all these spices and herbs and like a little bit of water. Like, it was not tasty at all. I was super effective. It was not tasty. This one, very tasty. Still a little rough. I'm not going to pretend like it's super easy. Like I said, today I've had some symptoms. But tonight I'm feeling pretty good, especially after that meditation that was so rad and such a good sunset. And I've got my tea. You're allowed to have herbal tea if you would like. Some people think it's cheating, but I'm like, whatever. It's organic herbal tea. I think it's okay. What kind of cleanse people are asking in the Rockfin chat, which is where we're going to be primarily in a few minutes here. I'm going to cut off YouTube and all the other feeds, and you can go to Rockfin by clicking on the link right below you. And Nivad in the Rockfin chat is asking what kind of cleanse. It's called the Master Cleanse. Some people call it the Lemonade Cleanse, and some people call it the Lemonade Diet. And I was just clarifying, it's not really a diet. I do look much skinnier already, even only 2 days in, than I did 2 days ago. And that's not because I've lost fat or weight. It's because my body isn't swollen. And that's it. It's not swollen at all. And that makes you look... See, people already, like 2 days in, they're like, oh, your face looks so good. I'm like, that's just because it's not swollen. That's it. So if you want to look better and feel better, it's a great way to go. Cleansing of any kind has that same effect, tends to have that same effect, depending on your body, of instantly having this de-swelling. Your inflammation just goes away. It's so nice. You don't realize how inflamed you are until you release it. But yes, Human Experience is heading over to Rockfin, as well as all the other people who are on any of your other channels should too. Because in just a moment... Oh, what? My episode with False Reality Check is coming out next week, I'm hearing in the Rockfin chat right now. Episode 33 comes out next week. False Reality Check. Check it out when it comes out. I will be sharing it everywhere to remind you. That is exciting. I love being episode 33. Thank you for that honor. It's very cool. Human Experience made it. So glad. Snake asks, I wonder how much of a pH swing that gives you. It's a great question. I actually was just thinking today. Like, I had this very clear thought come to me that was like, it doesn't matter if it's acidic or alkaline. It matters how your body reacts to it. If it's swelling or inflaming or not. And we're all kind of different in that. Some people swell up and inflame it and things that other people don't. But it does matter. I know that it does matter, your pH, but I'm just saying I had that thought. Now you're asking, and that's basically my response because that thought came to me today. If you're super, super acidic or super, super alkaline, both are bad. We'll just leave it at that, right? All right. So I have a few more things that I want to share and talk about. Oh, by the way, I'm hoping to go 10 days on the Master Cleanse. And what we're thinking is we might switch it up and after, day 5 or 6 or something, do 3 days of green juice, which is actually harder than the Master Cleanse because green juices do not give you a lot of fat and sugars and calories to go off of. So then you really are doing more than just cleansing. You're also doing calorie restriction. And then doing 3 days of water fast, which is extreme calorie restriction, in which you also do it very specifically. And so if you do any of these things, of course, I'm supposed to tell you to consult your local death dealer doctor and see what they tell you to do, even though they kill more people than anyone. So I will tell you to go do that, even though they kill a lot of people. And water fasting is also very specific. You would want to do it very carefully. We're only going to do it after all of this because it's a perfect time. Your body's really in shape to deal with it well. But we will do it by having what's called snake juice, which gives you all of your minerals, which are what you really need more than food. So if you're going to do calorie restriction, you have to make sure your minerals in your body are right. And snake juice does that for you. I'm not going to tell you what's in snake juice because I always get it wrong and I don't want someone to die because of me, because you can really hurt yourself if you have too much of some of these minerals or not enough. But you can go look up snake juice with Cole Robinson, I think is his name. Oh, my little ghosty just said hello. And you can find the exact amounts there. Yeah. So that's another thing we're going to do. So if we do that, we'll end up doing many, many days of various types of cleansing all mashed together. It'll be a perfect time to be reset before we go into the holidays, because what is cool about this is when you come out of it, I didn't mean to talk about the Master Cleanse for this long, but here we go. When you come out of it, you don't really want the shit that you wanted before you went in. So you don't like come out going like, man, I just need like cheeseburgers and nachos. Apparently that's what my brain loves. Instead you're like, oh my God, 1 tomato would be amazing. And you're like slicing up a tomato slowly and putting like a tiny dash of salt in it and eating it like one bite at a time. And you're like, wow, like what? This tomato is the best thing that ever existed. Avocados, like you can eat very little very slowly and just be like overwhelmed at how amazing it is. So you don't have to eat all this like indulgent, heavy, rich foods. And if you did, you might feel even like a bit sick. So like even if we get to Thanksgiving and there's all this kind of crap around, we might only want like a bite of it because it'll be like, whoa, that's like a lot of fucking richness. I can't really handle it. And it's true. You don't even like trying to restrict yourself at that point. You're just like, this is all I can handle. What's up, Juliana Snake in the chat? I think I've said hello to everyone else so far. Chance Garden was first. He wins. What does he win? My undying respect and love. If I didn't say hello to you and you're in the chat, my bad. I will try to do so soon. If I see you pop up in there. But let's just jump into some stuff now. I do always want to remind everyone of the site, rogueways.org. I'm always shocked how many people are like, I didn't know you did that, or I didn't know you had that, or I didn't know this. There's even people who are like, I didn't know you did a live video show. I'm like, whoa, what? They're like, yeah, I've been only listening to you on podcasts for years, and then you mentioned like something, and I was like, wow, like things blow my mind. So I always think I'm very obvious and apparent in everything I'm doing, and I'm not, I guess. So yes, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays live on Rockfin and YouTube when we can and other places. And then you can always go to the site and find so many things. So one thing I, of course, want to remind you of the weekly meditations that are happening twice a week. We just started this November. We're going to do it every month. So if you're into it and you want to find some time and some space to go deep more than I was doing for free on the other channels, which was, usually about once a month, and I'm probably still going to do that or more. But this is just nice because we commit to it and we know we're going to get at least 2 meditations a week, and that's cool. So you can grab that, and it's still on sale as far as I know. The sale could have run out, I'm not sure. But if you want to grab it, then do it. And I also want to remind you, in the shop, you can grab tarot readings, blessings, crystal and orgone infused with blessings, guidance sessions, healing sessions, and all kinds of stuff. My books, you can buy them there. I'll sign them for you and send them to you. But I also have these new shirts and designs at TeePublic. And those are here on the site as well, or at least you can link to it from the site. So I just wanted to remind people of that. I do want to remind people you can support the show on subscribestar.com/rogue-ways. And there's many tiers in which to do so, and some of them get you perks, such as a free tarot reading every few months and other things. So if you want to support the show and also get perks, that's the best place to do it. And then there's the community at rogue.locals.com. And this is where you can support the show and interact and get news and content you don't get anywhere else that is just for supporters, and see all kinds of stuff. One thing supporters of any of these places, Rockfin, Subscribestar, or Locals, gets is a hangout session that's happening today after Middle Path. Every Thursday after the show, we hang out in a Zoom chat. It is unrecorded, unstructured, and super fun. And it's nice to connect, especially as the world gets more and more insane, with people who are not insane. So it's really cool. We generally have a lot of fun. And so come join us. You don't even have to do anything. You can just be there with your camera and mic off and like listen to people who don't suck if you really wanted to, because I know what it's like to be shy too. So come as you are and do whatever you like. I also want to call attention to this thing that I'm doing with Johnny. That's my guy. He does the music and the art for everything Rogueways and Middle Path related. And his art is amazing. And we have joined up to make these jewelry pieces that are super fun, and they're super cheap. They are $20 each, or 2 for $30. There's bracelets. As you can see, they have really badass designs because that's all he does. There's these double-sided pendants, which I like the best. They're little crescent moons, and their middle rotates. So each of these is actually one piece, each 2 of these. Same price, 2 pieces. And then these larger pendants of his work as well. So you can mix and match. You can grab any 2 you want. It's a great gift idea, especially headed into the holidays, especially with all the shit from China not being unloaded and delivered. So what will we do for gifts? Well, maybe support artists and people who make things themselves. That would be a great idea. And so you could also go to his site at johnnylarson.com and find all kinds of stuff for gifts. And of course, again, back at the tea shop is a really great gift. It's not just t-shirts. If you like any of these designs, like let's say you're scrolling through and you're like, oh, I love the Living in Fear Isn't Living, and you click on it, you can get that in anything. You can get it as a shirt, a sweatshirt, a sticker, a mug, a mask, I guess, or anything else you want. I think there's even more than that. My favorite is the winning one. I know if you've been watching and paying attention, you're probably sick of me talking about this design, but look at it. There's a fucking dragon. Who doesn't want to wear a dragon on their shirt? I know I do. All right, now we'll get into the real stuff. And that means I'm going to have to shut down all the streams. YouTube, there's at least 10 of you over there. Hop over to Rockfin now to hear Middle Path. Middle Path is actually a Rockfin only show. So even if I wasn't going to say stuff that would get censored, it would still not be on YouTube or any other place. You'd still have to go to Rockfin. It's free. It's easy. Just click the link and go over. And otherwise, we'll say goodbye to you.